Do you like strawberries?
Do you have limited growing space?
Do you want to find out how to expand your growing space for free? Watch this video to find out how we plan on never buying supermarket strawberries ever again. We have a pretty small growing space, so we knew we had to go vertically if we wanted to plant a variety of plants. Strawberries have pretty shallow roots and they don't require deep containers to thrive, which is why these bottles are perfect for them. Using these 5-litre bottles, we had the opportunity to double our growing space for no extra cost.
We started work on our vertical garden a few weeks ago. We'll link the video at the end if you want to check it out after this one. We also started our sweet peas vertically on a trellis that later on is going to provide shade for the greenhouse. But that's for another video. For now, let's go back to the strawberries.
We picked up these ones from the local garden centre, and they're all different varieties which give fruit throughout the year, and then we can decide which ones are our favourite as well. And this bunch is from Lidl, and they were really good value. It was only £4, and it looks like you get at least 2 plants per cell, so about 12 plants in here. And here we've got about, it's 9. So fair few plants to put in the bottles.
Before we plant the strawberries, we're going to show you how we prepare the bottles. First step is to paint where the soil is going to be to protect from direct sunlight and protect the roots from algae.
Step number 2 is to cut a window here so the plant and the soil can go inside, and then the plant can come out this way.
Step 3, cut holes in each lid and a hole in the bottom of each bottle. On the bottom of each bottle.
Step 4, connect all of the bottles by putting the top into the bottom hole that you've cut.
And put the lid back on. And final step before we can plant in the bottles is to put compost, but before that we put some gravel to improve drainage.
The weather has taken a turn for the worse, so we're seeking shelter in the greenhouse. It should be clearing up in the next half an hour or so, but while we're waiting for that, you can travel back in time a couple of days to when it was nice and sunny and we've got a super exciting delivery.
Will that bag fit over there? I think one more round with the 2 buckets and then we can potentially drag the rest as long as it fits the narrow alleyway. Yeah. Ada just put a stick in it.
Oh, thanks.
Do you think we could drag that? We're going to have to do a few more rounds with the buckets to make the bag a bit lighter, but we are running out of space where to put the compost. The one place we have is in the tub that we made a couple of weeks ago. But it doesn't have, it's not lined with any materials. So I'm going to have to do that now, empty the buckets into it, and then try and get this compost in before it's dark.
We've filled up every raised bed we've got full to the brim. So as Danny said, this planter that we built the other week just needs to be lined, and then we can fill that one up as well.
Now that's done, we can empty the buckets and go get the rest of the compost. Oh, it's getting dark, so hopefully another 2 trips with the buckets and then we can drag the rest. Oh, okay, that's easy. Let me just carry that bucket. The last bucket, then we're just gonna drag it, I think. Don't slip.
The rain's slowing down a little bit, so we've got all these bottles ready and we're going to start mixing our compost for the strawberries. So what we've got down here is well-rotted manure, some perlite and some compost for hopefully some nice, nutritious and well-draining soil. Danny's just attaching the last bottle and then we're ready to start planting, and as you can see we're making the most of every single inch of space we've got. Whilst Danny's drilling holes in and putting up these bottles, which are going up here?
I think at the bottom of the greenhouse.
Okay, so these ones are going at the bottom of the greenhouse, which if we take a view of the garden, we've got one vertical section here, here, and then 2 more are going down the sides of the greenhouse here, which will be attached. So whilst he's doing that, I'm just going to start filling the ones that are already here with soil.
Whilst John is mixing up the last batch of manure with compost and perlite to fill in the last few containers, I'll just flip you around and show you the situation under the pergola, and we actually tidied it up this week. Now it's even worse than before. We have a half a bag of compost left from yesterday that we couldn't put away. We don't have the space currently. Okay, so we just finished filling in all the containers, and these are the strawberry plants that we bought today. We're just teasing apart all the roots, and we're gonna plant them on. We're just making sure that we're not planting too deep, just below the crown over here. And the other thing we're making sure is that the hole is deep enough for the roots and they're not squashed.
Might have gone over the top on the vertical component of the garden. It's the first one going in.
Yeah.
All the strawberry plants are now in place, so Danny's just going to water them with a bit of a seaweed mix, and I'll give you a little tour of how they look. And they're all sitting there nicely in the sunshine. So we've got, these are the ones from the garden centre, and these are the ones from Lidl here. They've got a lot of leaves, but they're a lot smaller, and we don't know which plant is best, so we'll find out when it comes to getting some fruit off them. But I think they look quite cool on the end of the greenhouse here, and they're catching the last sun of the day, so we know that in the summer they'll definitely get a good amount of sun.
I'm just watering them now. The idea of the bottles stacking them with the holes in the lids is that as you water the top, the excess water, oh there you go, you can just see it. No water is wasted. All the water is going to make its way down all the way to the bottom plant, and we're saving a lot of time and effort of actually watering all of our plants.
And can I just say, it was pouring with rain earlier. Now look at that. Bright blue sky. We're really pleased with how these turned out, and they're finally bringing a bit of colour to the garden. We can't wait to eat some juicy strawberries this summer, and if you enjoyed this video, maybe you'll enjoy these as well. What's your favourite summer fruit?
Peach.
Well, that's awkward because I'm doing the video for the strawberry plants.
Strawberry. Juicy.
How did I say juicy? Did I say it weird?